This part as well, you can see the sea chest. Normally on normal vessels, you will see the sea chest more in the back. Here is actually quite forward. It will be a very simple seawater system. Actually going to the chiller units, and then also to big heat exchangers, so that everything on board will be fresh water. Why did we choose for that? On many yachts I will see seawater systems, and that your engines are cooled with seawater as well, and that always causes big issues. So here there is let's say a freshwater low temperature system looped around all the engines, the thrusters, the switchboards, whatever. The only thing that really needs seawater is a chiller unit, because the temperature difference was not enough with the let's say the cool water loop in the engine room. To allow equipment coming in and going out, a door has been made in the side of the hull, and the fuel tank has been opened. That actually is the access point where the old engines and all the machinery equipment came out, and also where the new equipment will come in. And when the refit is completed, of course, the door will be closed and the tanks will be installed as they were, let's say. So all the steel, of course, is kept. But yeah, an opening had to be made to remove the big equipment. Let's go in. One of the old fuel tanks, and as all fuel tanks, not coated. Although the vessel is 25 years old, the steelwork is really in a good condition. The only problem we had was some steelwork in the sewage tanks, which we renewed. And which is quite common. So the engine room have been completely blasted, all the equipment removed, completely blasted and recoated. So primer coat is in the engine room now. Of course, scaffolding still is in there from the painting works. On the bottom here you can see the crossover. So what we saw outside was on the port side is the high sea chest, and below is the low sea chest, and in the middle is the crossover connecting both sea chests. Like I said, there will be two big coolers and seawater pipes going forward to the chiller units. In this area there will be 5 generators, 5 times 500 kilowatts. The generators will be in sound enclosures, so the noise will be minimal. Now be careful, we have to duck a little bit because of the scaffolding, so don't hit your head. This is a pit of one of the old engines. I think you see from the cutting file that you can still see the foundation of the engine. Originally there was a generator and a thruster engine in one. So the generator was here, the alternator, the engine. Then there was a shaft going through the bulkhead to the retractable thruster, which is cut away. The bow thruster, where the thick part is actually the old tunnel and the slightly thinner part is the new tunnel for the bow thruster. This area will be full of chillers. There will be a stainless steel tank for the area and the chiller units. Walking to the back, you can see the various tanks. So settling tanks and fuel tanks, there will be in the side. There will be some voids, some freshwater tanks. And then if you look on this side, there will be the fuel unit, so let's say the fuel separator, the transfer pump and all these kind of things. And that actually will be the engine room. In a way, the watertight doors are still okay, but to overhaul it and to make it nice again, the price for new is cheaper. So in the end we decided to cut them out and get new watertight doors. Area here is going to be the 400-volt switchboard. The vessel previously had a switchboard room up here, which was 440/60 heads. We wanted to change it because nowadays to get equipment it's better to have 400 volts, a 400-volt 50 head system. So that will be installed here. There will of course be some challenges to get it in because you see the steelwork is finished already. So switchboard room. Yeah, nothing much to say. I mean, the switchboard will come in here, and it's nice. There's a nice access also to the control room, let's say. This area, what we'll see here, and we opened up a little bit again, but this will be the high fog room. So there will be the high fog systems kit will be in here, and then this door, this bulkhead will be closed. That's the idea. Then on that side, there is the battery room. Actually, there are two same battery rooms. And let me give you a little bit of light so you can see it with the camera because the lights are not on. But this will be a big battery room, 1,000 kilowatt hours on this side and 1,000 kilowatt hours on the other side, to do silent anchoring or a little bit of sailing. I mean, will not be too much. I think there will be about 2.5 hours of, let's say, sailing on full battery mode possible. And it's a little bit depending on the speed as well, of course. It's nice what you can see here. This actually were the old supports of the tail shaft. So the main engines were located on the other side of this bulkhead. Very long shafts were going up back into the thrust room to have the thrusters. So you can imagine the vibration that was there when the vessel was sailing. And that's one of the decisions why we took it out and we went into the void snyder system.